Hey, so I wanted to make an updated video on my 8 mod mapping strategy. I've done about 900 maps this league now, and I think I min-maxed the Atlas a little bit more. I now have 3 different strategies. Yeah, as you can see, I definitely made quite a bit of currency from this. This is all I've done this league. It's about, anywhere from like 12 to maybe like 16 divines an hour. If you're a no magic find, it's probably around maybe 8 divs an hour. Yeah, so it's definitely way less if you have no magic find, but obviously it's still a viable strategy if you have no magic find. Yeah, let's get into the strategies. So I now have 3. To go over them real quick. This is the first one. So now on every single tree, we are taking Endless Tide. Endless Tide is absolutely insane. So we definitely want to be using Endless Tide in every single Atlas strategy for 8 mod mapping. It's just a ton of more mobs, which means a ton of more drops. So yeah. On the ambush device, we're always using on the Atlas device, we're always using ambush here. Max Shoulders doesn't have the option to select it. So yeah, on every single tree, we are taking ambush, just to clarify. And we're using Guild of Reliquary, Divination, Ambush, and Carto with this tree. With the Sextants being Beyond, of course, Corrupted Strongbox, Enraged Strongbox, and maps found with 8 modifiers. So yeah, this is the tree I use right now, but there are 2 other good trees. So the thing about this tree, it's the hardest one to do, is because Beyond mobs hurt a lot, especially in full Magifying gear, and you also have Delirium. But yeah, this is the tree I personally run with. You are missing a few map dupe nodes, but you can't do anything about that if you want to fit everything in. It's still completely fine missing like 5 map dupe nodes. It's not a big deal. So yeah, the next tree I want to talk about is the No-delirium tree. So this one takes all the map dupe nodes and even takes 2 extra points for mass found have a chance to be 1 tier higher. So yeah, the difference between this one and this one is just not having delirium. So if your build's a little bit weaker, if you can't really handle delirium, especially when you get to like 6-7 rewards, the monsters become really, really tanky, then I would recommend this tree. I think this tree is less profit per an hour, but like I said, if you can't handle delirium, then do this tree over this one. But yeah, that's the only difference between this tree and that one. They use the exact same compasses and the exact same scarabs. Both are from 8 mod maps and trying to go for max quantity for like apothecary and stuff. I'll talk about the last tree real quick. This is the no 8 mod sextant tree. So you're not farming 8 mods, you're buying 8 mods with this tree, and instead of that, using 8 mod, you're now using Legion Compass, and you're now using Polished Legion Scarab or Gilded Legion Scarab if you wanted to use that one over Carto and of course 8 mod Compass. So yeah, this is if you don't want to sell the maps, you don't want to deal with the hassle, you just want to blast maps over and over and over. You buy your 8 mods and then you run Legion instead. So here you're still running Endless Tide and you're still running Delirium. So you do need a strong build for this one because it's going to be like Delirium with Legion and beyond, so it is quite rippy. So yeah, you are taking some ritual nodes too. Ritual is like pretty decent just because the mobs are in an enclosed area, so it summons beyond mobs pretty easily as well. And does drop divination cards every now and then. So yeah, this is the 3 trees. Personally, like I said, I run with this one. I think this one is most profit per an hour, but it is the hardest to run. This is the second, I would say, most profit per an hour. But you do need to sell maps. And if you don't want to sell maps, then the Legion tree is completely fine as well. The only problem with the Legion tree is Legion does take a good amount of time on your maps, so it can slow down your cards per an hour as well. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad tree, and I would recommend it if you don't want to deal with sell maps. But I would also only run this Legion tree if you are full Magic Find. If you have no Magic Find gear, I did not recommend using this Legion tree. You benefit more from doing the 8 mod Compass if you are no Magic Find. So yeah. And just to go over how to run the map real quick, since I've been asked this a few times, this is a quick video showcase I had on my YouTube. So essentially, the most ideal strat for most currency an hour, you want to run to the boss and open all the strong boxes on the way. It's not worth to save the strong boxes for the end and open them all up after you hit click all the shrines. The reason for this is you really just want to do the most boxes for an hour for the most cards for an hour with the current price of sextants. It's pretty much only worth saving the strong boxes for the end if you're doing like group play or you're using like winged divination scarabs where you're doing a lot more investment. But yeah, if you're just doing my setup, you definitely just want to open all the boxes on the way, kill the boss, and then just clear the rest of the map like normal. So there's no backtracking or whatever. You just kill everything on your way. So yeah, that's how you run the map. If you were curious how you do it. So yeah, that's about it. I also live stream on Twitch daily, so yeah, if you want to hop by, if you have any questions, feel free to. And this is probably my last update for 8 mods. There could be one more. There's definitely some testing to be done with Speak of the Dead, which I might do later on. But yeah, I would say all 3 of these strategies are really, really solid. You're looking at anywhere from 12 to 16 divines an hour. Probably like 8 divines an hour or so if you have no magic find. And that's assuming you have a really good build though, of course. If your build is pretty weak, you are going to have less currency an hour. But yeah, that's about it.